Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Chupacabra's Lair. I am, of course, Larry the Chupacabra, and today we're going to continue our awesome coverage of the Easter Egg Game Jam with another fun 5 fantastic games that you can check out. And don't forget to vote if you have the capacity. There are 3 or so days left in the voting docket as of the time of me recording this. So if you have the capacity, make sure you play the heck out of those 39 games and get them all the playing and coverage and enjoyment that they deserve. The first game we'll be checking out today is Egg Breakdown by Vlada Studios. This is a fun little game where you start out your adventure as a group of fuzzy, cute little bunnies, and some evil, dastardly bunny has decided that he wants to destroy Easter by burning down all the fun, delicious chocolate Easter eggs. And you've got to don your fantastic Iron Man-y jetpack and don your alter ego of Double O Bunny and save all of those eggs before they get destroyed so that Easter can go off without nary a hitch. You start out in this lovely 8-bit world that's not too minimalist and not too detailed. I often find myself rather distracted if the background of the game is a little bit too pretty, but it's a good mixture here. And you've got to avoid all of these different obstacles that you can crash into, just a little bit like touching the sides in Operation, and get to these eggs before the timer at the top of the screen runs out, or else you'll have to start this lovely level over again. Different levels provide a lovely variety of different obstacles to choose from that can potentially murgle your bunny self, including spinning blades of doom that might lop off your cute little bunny head, and different sorts of standing poles and terrain that you can potentially crash into, along with these strange little pipes that I can only assume are molding chocolate for the Easter holiday that can periodically shoot up little chocolate balls into your way and knock you off your jetpack as you're trying to gather up that egg floating over top of them. The one thing that I might change a little bit is, early on, it's a little bit hard to control that jetpack in such confined spaces. I might make the controls a little bit less sensitive, or maybe play around with the hitboxes a little bit on the first couple of levels, because I have spent a good 10-15 minutes just trying to get past the second level when I first started playing this game. So maybe separating those obstacles out a little bit for the first couple of levels might make it a little bit quicker for people to get in there, figure out how the controls work, and get on to saving Easter. Otherwise, I really dig the soundtrack in the background. It keeps you focused, keeps you pumped, so that you can get all those eggs and save Easter. Very nice job, Vlada Studios. Keep up the awesome work, and I will see you in the next Game Jam. After Egg Breakdown, we've got Omelette by Loistek, or I believe that's how you pronounce that name. I could be wrong. Forgive me if I have mispronounced that. And this is a game where Santa has decided that he wants to be the very only holiday that anyone ever celebrates. He's being a rather selfish, jolly old man for somebody who's been giving out presents for free for years, and he has decided to drop all of these eggs to the ground and smash them in front of the Eiffel Tower. So you've got to jump in there in your fantastic bunny suit. You got to hide your identity. You wouldn't want the bunnies to know that the government is getting involved in saving Easter this time. You got to make sure that they don't feel too left out of the affairs. So you jump into your fantastic bunny suit, and you've got to keep all those eggs from getting broken using your bouncy bunny suit ears. You just jump underneath of them, sort of like a reverse sort of Pong game or a keep-up game, and bounce those eggs off to the side so they can safely be collected and delivered on Easter, after they've been colored, of course. The one thing that you got to worry about in this game is not so much dropping the eggs, which won't spell an end point or fail state in the game, but worrying about bombs, because Santa's up on your game and he's got some turbo-powered bombs that can take care of your fuzzy bunny suit Easter-saving ways. So, as long as you keep track of that and keep bouncing off as many eggs as you can rack up some great combos and pop them off to the side. The artwork is very simple. I really like that. It's almost like a chibi-esque sort of art style in the cute little bunny-suited character. There's not too much detail in the background, which isn't a bad thing. As I said before, too much detail in the background, while really fantastic and beautiful, can really distract the player sometimes if there's too much going on. The one thing I might do is somewhere add something like an animation that tells me when those bombs are coming, because if you're not quick enough, those things shoot you so fast in the face that you might not have enough time to react. Hey, I don't know, maybe there's like Santa Claus in the background, deployed some, shock troop elves that launch a bomb periodically. You can see them hurl the casket of bombs up into the air. I don't know. It's up to you. You're the game creator, you'd know better than I would. Otherwise, very nice game. Maybe add some sound in the background, and I think you've got a fantastic game going for yourself. After Omelette, we've got Bunnies vs. Zombies by Gordon Little, and this is a lovely catapult game, and it reminds me a lot of Angry Birds. I haven't played too many catapult games in my time, but unlike a normal catapult game, you're not going after the critters holed up inside of their lovely little stone fortress. Nay, in this case, you've got to defend these cute little bunnies against a wave of bunny-eating zombies that have an allergy to chocolate eggs. So you just load up your eggs on top of these catapults and launch away to make sure that they don't get at very many bunnies. Now, eventually they will kill all the bunnies, so I think it's actually a race against the clock. I've never at any point been able to kill most or all of the zombies, even going to the front launching platform, but I did have a whole boatload of fun killing the bunnies. I mean, maybe that's not the best thing to admit, that you like to murder cute little innocent bunnies in their little bunny stone shacks. But, I mean, what can you do? They make a nice little squish when you hit them with an Easter egg. I mean, it's too tempting, right? So the art style is very simple. You get a nice little textures in all the buildings and everything. The background, like I said, I don't mind a very simple background. It makes things less distracting. And then there's whole boatloads of detail in the bunnies themselves and in the zombies attacking them. So very nice job, sir. The only things that I might change is maybe making the zombies a little bit easier to kill initially, ramp up their health as you go along with different type zombies, almost kind of like Plants vs. Zombies if you ever played that game. Because initially having to 2 or 3 shot the zombies can make it very hard to get very far in that game before they bust through the entirety of Bunnyopolis and murder all my fuzzy little friends. They're so cute and edible, I guess. I might actually, even add like a game mode called Wrecking Ball, where all the bunnies have already been zombified, and you gotta break down their zombie fortress before they get all their troops ready to invade, I don't know, Bunny Valhalla or something. But otherwise, very nice job. I really dig it. The sound is very simple. It's very retro arcadey, and I dig it. Very nice job, sir. After the zombie apocalypse, we have Easter Color Beat Machine by Funny Name Productions, which is the least funny name that I've probably had to try to pronounce today. And this is a color matching game where the eggs flop down onto this almost Fallout-esque sort of coloring device, and you've got to quickly click them and match the color to the color on the light before the hidden timer runs out and the egg goes down the production line. As you add a color, you get a nice little chime, and you've got to try and combo as many of these eggs as quickly as possible, because as you color each egg, the timer that you get to color the next one goes down ever so slightly. I think I maybe was able to combo about 20 at max before I started getting kicked out of the machine, and the machine didn't like me so much. I definitely dig the textures, as I said. It's very Fallout-esque if you've ever played those games. Definitely Fallout New Vegas. It's almost like it's Easter time in the post-nuclear apocalypse, and we gotta paint all these rad eggs so that we can go take them to all the ghoulies out in the wastes to make sure they don't attack us for another year or something. Very cool. I kind of dig that. The one thing I might change is the controls are a little bit, I'm not sure if I would describe them as sticky or if I would describe them as, like sluggish, but they're kind of like wading through molasses at sometimes when you're trying to pick a color. I don't know if there's a particularly great way to affect that or if that's just my browser, but maybe take a quick look at that. But otherwise, it's a fun, very simple color matching game. Reminds me of those, sound matching games that you'd play as a kid where you got to match the pattern as long as you can before your time runs out. Very nice job, sir. Keep up the good work. And last but not least, we have Trist by Infernet89, which is a lovely game that focuses less on the egg sort of aspect of an Easter egg jam, but more on the software side of things, with a very retro sort of Tetris game that also includes a hidden secret. So as you're being thrown into this strange, confusing Tetris game that tells you it's going to give you one block and gives you another one, you notice that there's an interesting color counter at the top of the screen that it's not keeping track of your score so much as it's keeping track of ammunition. And if you swizzle your mouse on up there, you can actually launch a little pong ball that you can then use to start destroying those ever colliding and building up blocks down there in the Tetris world, because it's intentionally trying to get those to build up and not give you all the ideal pieces. So you've got to use that to keep the tide of colorful blocks at bay. And I really like that. This was something that I wasn't exactly expecting when I thought of Easter eggs in video games and software. So very nice job, sir. That wasn't something I was expecting. The one thing I might adjust is the controls for the Pong are a little bit jittery. So something to smooth those out a little bit might help. And maybe making the ball just a little bit bigger so it's a little easier for the eye to track on the computer. And I think you've got a fantastic game. It's loads of fun. I played the hell out of this game. And I encourage everyone else to play all these games and vote on them if you haven't already. And I've had a lot of fun playing all of these games. It's been an awesome group of games so far, everybody. Hope you keep doing game jams in the future. I have, of course, been Larry the Chupacabra. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps me out a lot. Maybe share these videos with your friends, and I will catch you next time. Don't forget to get in there and vote and play all these games before the 3-day limit's up. And I might do a third video, not sure yet. Things are getting kind of busy this weekend, but otherwise, I will catch you next time. Toodaloo!